National Stadium, the home of your Hume City FC. Tonight we go to the battle against Albans. Everyone here to bring the noise and support the boys as they fight for 3 points. Before we get into the action, we'd like to take a moment to thank our amazing sponsors which make nights like this possible. Naciol, Palermo Perfume, Zuby Finance, Chenol, The Graham Hotel, Pet Foods, Clearview Windows, Grand Foods, Macville, Straight Line, Aviso Specialty, Plus Sign, AS Lodge Tennis Courts, RABF Stone, Roxburgh Park Hotel, Sultan Hollow Link and Smallwood, Ultra Crush, Brody Motors, Chipflat, Yarkos, Optical, Plastercore, Portable Industries, Best Integration, Sahara, Tennis Veterans, Coastal Fair, Altitude, Wasteland, and Westwood Wheels and Tires. And your Hume City team lineup for today is number 1, Michael Weir, number 7, Lloyd Heathrow, number 9, Godfrey DeValle, number 10, Birkan Kurda, number 11, Josh Bingham, number 12, Mark Colchang, number 13, Mehmet Uysal, number 14,
Vukovic, is that you? You don't need Edmund Jeremiah.
in some respects, it's a welcome return to Saturday night football at Naciol Stadium as round 13 continues in NPL Victoria. Hume City is on its home deck this evening, hosting St Albans Dynamo. My name's Adam Sarikoglu. Pleased to be joining you on the NPL. Grove, number 9, Godfrey Debele, Gurkhan Kurta, Josh Bingham, Mark Ochieng, Mehmet Yursel, Harry Ascroft, Josh O'Kane, who scored against Melbourne Victory last week, Erdeniz Yildiz and Aizen Ishak into the starting 11, the exact same one that started earlier this week. And for St Albans Dynamo, where for the boys in blues tonight, it's somewhat of a homecoming. A number of these Dynamo players were at Hume City last year. Of course, Cam Watson as well, having recently spent time here in the north as well. We'll go through their starting 11 as we go along. Hume City will be defending the right of screen, the northern end in this first half. St Albans in their all blue kits this evening. And so we've got the traditional blue versus red here tonight at Naciol Stadium. In goal is Jackson Riley, one of the former Hume men for St Albans. And Gideon O'Rourke, Alec Mills, Jerome Charan, Fletcher McFarlane, Lucas Burns, who scored last week, Mikhail Platt, Oliver Dragicevic, Joey Monek, Michael Gergic. As we'll just stay with the play here as it goes wide for Charan here. Early moment for St Albans Dynamo, and that's going to be off target. So Michael Gergic, Josh Galevsky rounds out the starting 11. 2 changes for Cam Watson, Gideon O'Rourke and Jerome Charan into the lineup this evening. Joey Chalina and Brian Summerskill not only out of the starting lineup but off the team sheet completely this evening for Dynamo. This round 13, obviously the last round where by the end of it, everyone will have played each other once in NPL Victoria this year. The return fixtures starting next weekend in round 14 in NPL Victoria. And the fixture gods saw fit to hold off the homecoming of sorts for a lot of these St Albans players as long as possible. Mikhail Platts, Fletcher McFarlane, Jackson Riley, Josh Galevsky. Plenty of names that the Hume City fans will be familiar with, who tonight are a part of the opposition. There's an early flag goes up here. It was Lloyd Isgrove and Mehmet Yursel who were looking to make something happen. A rich vein of form for Hume City. Jonathan Clemente taking charge in place of Rick Marchioli tonight. Gergic playing back to Gideon O'Rourke, back into the 11. Mills on the left side for St Albans, looking to place it nicely here for Mikhail Platt. It wasn't a badly placed ball. Had to take some body contact from Harry Ascroft. Just the 3 goals since moving over from Hume City for Mikhail Platt in NPL Victoria this year. Struggled to find consistent form when he called these parts home 12 months ago. And similarly, at St Albans, he struggled to have a consistent impact. He's getting the regular start, though, as opposed to having to come off the bench on a fairly regular basis. Under David Chick here at Nasiel Stadium last year. Galevsky, who scored a lovely free kick last week in the 2-2 draw at Dandy Thunder. But a chance here for Hume to pounce early. Just gets away from Bingham. Then manhandles his opponent, Isgrove, onto the right. And that's not going to challenge Riley in the Hume City goal. Jackson Riley essentially losing his job to his opposing number at the other end this evening, Michael Weir, when he returned back to the club. Now the regular starter for St Albans and having a good season in goal for Dynamo. Jackson Riley. He's been called upon so often this year. Hard to find a goalkeeper in NPL Victoria that's been more busy so far. Points at George Andrews last weekend for St Albans, their first point in more than a month of NPL Victoria action. Also lost in the cup in among that run at home to Heidelberg United, so no more cup action this year for Dynamo. Hume City will have a fixture in late May in the cup. And a decent run. We know that they have had some good runs in cup football, Hume City, over the years. This one's bouncing safely through to Jackson Riley. It seems with a flurry of home fixtures coming up as we enter the second half of the season. A little flick through there by Mikhail Platt, but the flag going up. Flag going up on Lucas Burns, who scored as well against Dandenong Thunder. We're in the all-black kit this evening with the long ball, keeper to keeper. Riley wanting to dispose of it quickly. This is Mills. Dragicevic now a feature in the starting 11 for Cam Watson. McFarlane going down the line. Tabele never really had much room to work with. Ball just in dispute right now. Watching tried to go in and impact. Grgic. Some quick ball movement here. Chirard, it's going to get away from him. It's a fast tempo so far. And Lloyd Isgrove is an igniter. We're still looking at Lloyd Isgrove here. Grgic trying to chase down. It's going to come back. Early goal! Knocked in by Tabele. And it's his first goal for Hume City as well in NPL Victoria. It didn't take long at all. And if the early tone that has been set here tonight is anything to go by, we are going to be in for a fun one.
Keep them going, Ollie. Come on. Come on, Millsy. Giddy, come on. Go, come on. Go again. Go again. Set the tone now. Let's go. Hold that easy. Keep up with you. Just cover.
First goal coming in the 8th minute here tonight. Tabele knocking it in. And that was right after St Albans made a couple of promising runs themselves.
Let's just sit.
Ninth appearance of the season for Godfrey Zabele. And he's recorded his first goal. Dragicevic now gets away from Lloyd Isgrove. Gideon Rock back starting tonight. Gulevsky. It's been impressive for Dynamo this year. Josh Gulevsky, one of the Hume City cohort, moving over to Churchill Reserve this season. I'm just going to get away from Monek, but Jurkic will go in to save it and keep it in Dynamo possession. McFarlane. Dragicevic. Burns. Sustains possession this one now for St. Albans. Charan. Grigic. Instruction to keep shifting it from the St. Albans technical area. And that's what they're doing, keeping it in motion at all times. In fact, the instruction from both benches right now that everything's fine. It's the ultimate patience here from the boys in blue. Hume just looking to turn the screws a little bit though. And it did go all the way back to Riley in the end. Thought about the long ball for a moment of Rock. Still thinking about it, but ultimately goes lateral. This has been a seriously elongated and sustained possession. McFarlane. Finally they'll release. And Hume's first touch in a little while will be Aizen Ishak clearing it onto the practice pitch behind us. Grigic, who scored from this kind of range a couple of weeks ago at Jenna Steele Stadium against Preston Lions. One of the better goals of the NPL Victoria season. Admittedly not the best of the round though. A bit unlucky to not be in contention for the goal of match day 11 a couple of weeks ago away to Preston. Preston will be Hume City's next opponent here in round 14. And I'll get a look at a free kick here. Curtis ball. Awkward one for Riley, but it's okay. Grigic now. Charan, it gets away from him. Curta takes a little knock on the way through. And this is a much better look at a free kick now for Hume City. Charan giving away the foul. Will Quartermain, our referee this evening. It's Burkhan Kurta. 3 goals for Hume City since returning after his stints with Dandenong Thunder. Looking to double the lead here, and it did get through the wall. Riley was up to the task though at the right side post from his vantage point, able to knock it away. And now Kurta has to settle for a corner. Not a bad result here for Hume City. They are under the flight path here tonight. In the Valley Park, near post ball, Bingham was there for Hume. New Sal's ball. Narrock jumping for it. Played back over the top. I think that was Isgrove there that was parked on the right side. Has played along the left side so far. That ball goes into Josh Bingham. Played on quickly by Yildiz. This is Ishak. Happy to double back here. As a former teammate going after him in the Macau Platt. Lucas Burns goes down. No whistle from Will Quartermain. Platt had Kira all over him. No bookings just yet from Will Quartermain tonight. Things getting a little bit willing. It's been a hot start to this game though. Fletcher McFarlane. Rigic. Jankovic has to play back to Gideon Arok. Mills. Not a great touch there by Golevsky. Bingham regaining. Mark Ocheng is onside. Yusel and Tabele, his options. Yusel the closer one. It didn't quite get through to him. It was, well, gains defensively there to get the possession back. I wonder if that was Joey Monak, who has been a star with some of his defensive work of late. Dragicevic into the space for Mills. Burns on the outer side. Gulevsky. This is Joey Monet. Isgrove has already switched over, starting on the left right now. Getting things done on the right. Rigic put himself and his body in the exact right position to make sure that Godfrey Tabele couldn't impact on the ball. Coolish night here in Melbourne's North. One of 3 games concurrently taking place in NPL Victoria. An unusually busy Saturday evening on the schedule. NPL Victoria fixture this year so Friday night dominant, including Hume City themselves, who traditionally had been a Saturday night team. They are playing here on a Saturday, given the Monday fixture just gone in the 3-2 win against Melbourne Victory at the home of the Matildas earlier this week. I'll be back on a Friday night against Preston next week. And the fixture issues for St Albans Dynamo, just the fact they haven't been able to get on their home pitch for so long now. A lot of home games now backed up in their schedule. As it stands, 3 of the next 4 are due to be at home. Dandenong City coming to Fox Street on Sunday. It's Ocheng playing in the right wing-back position. Kira. Ishak. Yildiz, it gets past Tabele, who's been marked pretty well by Michael Gregic so far. Again, Platt has an opponent all over him. Mason Ishak will get a yellow card for that. That is the first booking of the night. And Macau Platt has had Hume City defenders all over him so far. Perhaps only a matter of time before there was a booking. He'll be wanting to do something special tonight against his former club. Dragicevic. Again, St Albans happy to be patient. Not pull the trigger too quickly. Golevsky. Burns. Placed it well for Dragicevic. One way, then the other. Again, Platt. Was he being held in the box? And Will Quartermain says yes and points to the spot. Yet again, McAlplatt is fouled. This time it results in a penalty kick. There's been no booking as of yet. Will Quartermain wants everyone to clear the area. It does not look like there will be a booking. Perhaps the penalty enough of a punishment for that. Either way, St Albans get their chance to equalise here. Conceded the lead in the 8th minute. We are looking at 2 goals inside 20 minutes to start this one here tonight. Combined for both these sides last weekend in NPL Victoria, 9 goals shared across those 2 fixtures. Platt won't get his chance to convert the penalty that he earned. Josh Golevsky gets it past Michael Weir. And he scores against his former club here. And we're back to 1-1. So Godfrey Tabele scored the opener here in the 8th minute. A couple of fouls on McAlplatt, one resulting in a yellow card, the second one resulting in a penalty that was put away by Josh Golevsky. And it's 1-1. And we've had some fun here so far at Nasiol Stadium. Two teams that were involved in shootouts last week. And we could be on track for another one here tonight. As that ball heads towards us and our commentary scaffold here on the outer side. Yildiz. All sorts of issues there for Ursel. Platt's first touch there was brilliant. He's feeling it tonight, McAlplatt, but this time it gets away from him. Josh Golevsky will be credited with the goal, but it had McAlplatt's fingerprints all over it. As did that clearance. That was mishit by Michael Weir. We'll go again. Ochieng on the outer side. Had Burns right with him. A clean challenge there, resulting in another chance here for McAlplatt. He's making his approach. He's surrounded by red. It gets cleared away in the end. Another look here, though, for Dynamo. They're on a tear right now. That's not really going to challenge Weir. The long ranger from Golevsky. Bingham playing centrally for Hume. Monek. Bit of a chaos ball, but it fell right to the feet of Platt. Charan. Grove just lurking here, so St Albans need to be a little bit careful. This is Gideon Rock. Grigic. Platt with Aizen Ishak all over him. Goes down once more. No foul this time. Ochieng. Straight down the line. A heavy ball. Just gets away from Ursel. Monac working hard to keep it alive. Ochieng. This is Curta. Ascroft. Scored his second goal of the NPL Victoria season against Melbourne Victory on Monday. Nishak. Ascroft. Okay, also scored on Monday. Goes wide. Ochieng. Yusel. In behind Josh Bingham. Arok on clean-up duty for Dynamo. Charan. Platt has no one ahead of him. But Ishak on him. Still working. Mikel Platt keeps it in Dynamo's possession, but then given up a little too easily by Dragicevic. Ochieng similarly throws it away. Pinballs around. O'Kane. It was as if he had all the space and time in the world there. He was being tracked by multiple Dynamo players. Charan has been busy already. Gregic, but Eastgrove may well get there first. Gregic did well. Curta ends up with it. Outside of the boot ball for Yildiz. The first touch a little too heavy. Dragicevic here. Can't get it past. Reading is Yildiz.
He's had 3 now that he could have played. Two to Burnsy and 1 this way.
There hasn't been a St Albans Dynamo fixture of late, as Mikel Platt will miss that one. There hasn't been a fixture that they've been involved in of late that has not featured at least 3 goals in the game. And already 2 here tonight. Nice scoring a feature when Cam Watson's men take the field in NPL Victoria to within half an hour to start tonight. McFarlane, Burns, still Burns. Charan, Burns, knew the pass wasn't great for Charan. Went in to help out. Gulevsky is going to go over the head of Michael Weir, his former teammates.
Get back in.
Everyone at St Albans would have circled this fixture when it was released by FV. The final rounds of matchups, this one here in round 13 in NPL Victoria. Next week marks the start of the return fixtures. Grigic. Arok. Bingham just in that hole, denying the opportunity for Arok to switch over toward Alec Mills. And again, the target is Mikel Platt. Ascroft with him this time. Nathan Ishak has already picked up a yellow card for the way he's been defending Mikal Platt so far. Some conjecture about whose ball that belongs to. It will be a Hume City goal kick. Ascroft going long. Ballet might win this foot race against Joey Monak, and he does. Where's the help going to come from? Usel. Zabele has already scored once tonight. Dragicevic only as far as O'Kane. Still O'Kane. Looks pretty good, but no score. It's become a rather chilly evening here, as it tends to do here in the Valley. One of the more exposed venues in NPL Victoria in terms of the surrounding areas. Not as cosy as what we get at Fox Street. And here's a key chance here. Burns is the one making the run in. Eventually was going to run into Ochieng. It's going to be played back. Mikal Platt, maybe the ref got slightly in the way there. Dragicevic tried to play in. The flag eventually going up. There is some frustration right now from Cam Watson and the St Albans decision making in the front third. That's scored by way of a penalty tonight. St Albans Dynamo. Mikal Platt brought down, put away by Josh Golevsky, the former Hume City combo. Riley. All right, they've got to be careful here because Lloyd Isgrove's lurking, as is Josh Bingham. Mills will clear away now. Again, Platt at the vicinity of where that ball had landed. Curter was outnumbered. Burns will hold it up. Dragicevic gets it back from McFarlane. Burns. Charan sliding in. Doing well in the end was Yildiz. Actually won it back for Hume City. He's getting the credit he deserves for winning that ball back for Hume. No sort of reaction from his teammates or from the Hume technical area. Killed the attack clean and one possession back. O'Kane knew he had to release that ball quickly. He was surrounded by blue shirts. Isgrove is onside. Dangerous words. Lloyd Isgrove, he can't get it past Riley. But look at the numbers here. Usel, they'll go again. Riley gets the glove to it. There's no one back there in a red shirt. Grigic will go down the line. Platt, first time touch for Charan. Just had to hold up. Let Dynamo reset. And they'll do that now. The tempo has been really good here. Isgrove's moved back over to the left. That's where he started tonight. He spent the next, up until this move just now, probably the last 15 or so minutes on the right side. Golevsky, Platt, too far away to impact from there. Charan. Some frustrations there. Golevsky's ball to no one. Yet again, we have Lloyd Isgrove over the top of the ball for Hume City. That'll amount to nothing. This is Gerard. Yoda did well against Golevsky. And Riley a little frustrated in goal. The expletives continuing from the St Albans Dynamo goalkeeper. This is Arok now. Yet again, Dynamo slowing things right down. The patient game. It's served them relatively well so far. The long ball going out in the direction of Monek. Burns tries to come in and help. Tabele won't quite reach Lloyd Isgrove. Charan reclaims. Dragicevic now. Charan. Gulevski. Gulevski. Platts is onside. Mikkel Platt into the car park. This is Ochieng. Ascroft. Kurt up. We up. Ishak. Yildiz. Isgrove gets a little knock for his trouble. There's a nice build up by Hume City. Lloyd Isgrove still down. One hand's on his left knee, the other on the back of his head. No medical attention. He'll be okay. He'll shake it off. Kiera. McFarlane at the front. How about yourself? Everyone will push up now. We're a long way out of his box. And he'll just flash it one in the direction of Harry Ascroft. It's going to fall to Bingham. The space closed in on him. Arok doing well. McFarlane there as well. Isgrove, that was a lovely little touch. Some of the technical skill on show has been quite excellent so far tonight. Isgrove's ball here. Riley gets it in front of Bingham. Offside flag. We've seen a few of those already. It goes up again. Another 7:47 about to fly over here. The arrivals into Melbourne Airport coming in from the east this evening, right over Massey Stadium. The back heel flick there, that was excellent. Another moment of technical prowess shown by Charan. And now Burns is onside. All he's going to do is beat Michael Weir. Great pressure coming in. Ishak late. Nothing coming in the end for Dynamo. And we're still at 1-1. Monek, a lot of calls for handball there. Will Quartermain lets it go. Ochieng. Ishak. He's taken a yellow card already, but he's done some good things already tonight. For Hume City, Ascroft. Ochieng. O'Kane. Tried to thread his way through with not much room at all. It didn't come off for him this time. 2-on-1 here, Hume City's way. Burns dispossessed. O'Kane for Isgrove. Grigic with him. Isgrove looking inboard. Wants to eventually cut back centrally. Ursel, he'll get the shot away. Riley had to get a glove on it. The second corner of the night coming up for Hume City. But in his Yildiz will take it from this side. Bekan Kyoda, the preferred taker from the left.
Ollie, just be open. Burks, watch the transition.
Both goals here tonight in the first 21 minutes of play. It was Hume City opening the account. Godfrey Zabele scoring his first goal in Hume colours. It's a corner from the other side, and this time Bekan Kyoda will take it. Godfrey Zabele, one of the new arrivals for Hume City over the summer. 9th appearance of the season here tonight. Scored the first goal. Josh Golevsky from the penalty spot with the equaliser in the 21st minute. Curtis ball. Riley was surrounded. A cheap foul in the eyes of the Hume City staff. Lars Pantelides, the 4th official tonight. And that can be a tough role here at Hume City. Isgrove. O'Kane back to the safety. Kyoda. Ocheng with the paddock of space on the right. Going quickly. Bingham's his target. Looking to chest it down. Yildiz will chase it down for Hume City. Hume ball. Going for a 4th consecutive win in NPL Victoria tonight, Hume City. Played on by Bingham. Chest mark from Jackson Riley.
Strong.
Ascroft. Kyoda. Bekan Kyoda. Will Quartermain had his whistle to his mouth. Wanted to see how it unfolded before deciding to blow. Some conjecture about where to take that free kick. Ishak wanted to get a move on. To Ballet. Bingham. To Ballet, chased it down, but was tracked pretty well there by Joey Monak, who continues to impress for St Albans this year. Approaching the half-time whistle. Godfrey Zabele, Josh Golevsky, the scorers here. An entertaining affair at Nasiol Stadium. Given away by Riley. Yildiz. Ascroft. The Hume City fullback with 2 goals to his name this year. Weir. Jurgic. The bounce favouring O'Kane. Ochieng. Ashcroft. Harry Ashcroft's ball. Yildiz lets it bounce. And why not? When it's destined to arrive at the feet of Lloyd Isgrove. Blocked by his former teammate Fletcher McFarlane. Isgrove still working hard through the middle of the pitch. And now Ochieng can take away DeBelle. His ball, Newsell and Bingham split the two of them. Ascroft. DeBelle gets the corner. Don't think we've had one yet for St Albans tonight. We've had a few for Hume City. Yildiz took the last one from this side. Newton is Yildiz will take this one again. Just the one added minute here at the end of the first half. The Yildiz corner had too much on it. That's probably going to see us through here for the first half. And it's been one that you haven't really been able to take your eyes off, especially in the early parts. It might have just settled down a little bit in the last 10 minutes or so. But there was plenty going on in the early stages here. Ascroft, there's their one last look here for Hume City. Monek goes for safety. Will Hume City be allowed to keep pushing as we get ready for half time? Just the 1 minute added on by Will Quartermain. They're not going to get that chance. Godfrey DeBelle with his first goal for Hume in the 8th minute. That was eventually cancelled out from the spot by Josh Galevsky. And at half-time here at Nasiol Stadium, it is Hume City 1, St Albans Dynamo 1.
Everything's ready to go, yeah? Shitty's on, everything to go.
We're back live at Nasiol Stadium after an entertaining first half. Hume City 1, St Albans 1 in round 13 in NPL Victoria. Godfrey Zabele and Josh Galevsky, the scorers here, as Kurta sets up Zabele. Instant score coming up, no, and missed on the back post as well. Trying to spot who that was. I think it was Mehmet Yursal that was on the back post. As Zabele flashed that ball away. Almost an immediate goal for Hume City to start this second half. For Zabele, it's his first goal in NPL Victoria for Hume City. In the 8th minute here tonight. And a St Albans lineup that has 3 former Hume City men from last year, as well as Cam Watson himself, obviously. It's been a big night for them as Monek will play back. Here is her chance here. It's saved on the line by Asen Ishak. Head in hands for, I think it was Josh Galevsky, who had a golden opportunity to score his second of the night. We're out of position. Ishak was the one that had to get it over the crossbar. And some key moments already at both ends in this second half. I believe this is Dinamo's first corner of the night. Charan, Platts, Burns. No space in the box. It was flooded in the end by the Hume City defence, which included Lloyd Isgrove. Wow. Zabele at one end, Galevsky at the other. They scored in the first half and they've both had chances already here in the second. And it's still 1-1 at Nasiol Stadium. The informed Hume City against the St Albans side that has not tasted victory in more than a month. Zabele, his second touch here of the second half already. Cutting inside Godfrey Zabele. O'Kane. End-to-end stuff here in the early stages of the second half. St Albans' last win, 3-0 against Port Melbourne. After the week before, getting an upset over Oakley. Hume's form have seen them get to 6th on the table. That's a somewhat familiar part of the table for Hume City in the lower reaches of the top 6. Made the finals last year, that famous night in the thunderstorm, defeating Heidelberg on penalties at Olympic Village. Mills. Ochieng. Bingham. Tried to play that down to the advantage of Mehmet Yursal. O'Kane. Ochieng. Ascroft. Weir. Harry Ascroft looking for the next option. O'Kane. How's that going to land for Isgrove? It won't land for Isgrove. Reclaimed by Mills. Monek goes down. O'Kane takes away for Hume City. Arok does well. Let's get in the way of Vucel. Is there an injury concern here for Fletcher McFarlane? And the Dynamo subs have been told to warm up here. It's Fletcher McFarlane, who has pulled up sore here. Maybe a calf issue for Fletcher McFarlane. He's homecoming tonight. Mikal Platt, Jackson Riley, Josh Galevsky, and Fletcher McFarlane, all former Hume City players out here this evening for St Albans. And of course Cam Watson as well, who started here last season in charge. Replaced by David Chick. He's now gone to Green Gully, who have come good. And a really impressive win last night for Gully against Avondale. And this looks to be a little more serious for Fletcher McFarlane. We may well see the first substitution of the night. The available subs this evening: James Exidius, Luke Cabrera, Josh Diven, Johnny Margaleris, and Giacomo Luna.
Just stay warm. Hey, at some point, you're going to go on in that position. It doesn't last the whole game, okay?
It was Luna who was being readied. But McFarlane wants to come back out. Will Quartermain has not waved him on just yet. St Albans still with 10 right now. McFarlane desperate to come on. Now he can. So we're still with the same 22 players out there that started this one. Indeed, the exact same starting 11 that Hume City rolled out on Monday to eventually get past Melbourne Victory. Fresh airy from Bingham. Ochieng. Kurta. Ishak looking to press here. So good night, Aizen Ishak, but he is on a yellow card. Only booking of the night was his challenge on this man here, Mikal Platt. Not long before the penalty that did equalise this game. Ashcroft yields his. Had to contort himself to clear that ball away. Dispossessed was only Dragicevic. It's a cold night now here in the north. Can be a tough place to come here at Massey Old Stadium. Lloyd Isgrove struggling to get it past Mills here. You get another chance, Isgrove. Still with Lloyd Isgrove. Went down a little too easily in the box. Platt read it well. Charan, that's going to be placed exactly where he would have wanted it. Chance now for Burns to wind up, and there is the lead for St Albans. Lucas Burns does it again. Every touch in the build-up there for Dynamo was just absolutely spot on. And it's a 2-1 lead for St Albans. They'll be forced to make that move now for Fletcher McFarlane as well. It'll be Luna coming on for Fletcher McFarlane. We think it might be a calf issue for the former Hume City defender. He's going to make his way off now. And Giacomo Luna is going to replace Fletcher McFarlane. Lucas Burns in some form with his 5th goal of the NPL Victoria season.
Easy, Mickey! Easy, Mickey! Easy! Easy!
Hume City, who are without Rick Marchioli tonight, on the back foot now. First touch for Luna. Sharan. The run being made by Dragicevic. It's Dynamo full of running right now. Played back for Platt. First touch to play down was actually pretty nice indeed. Then Ocheng came storming in. And the call goes against Mikkel Platt. Saw some of the humour in it, I think, there, Mikkel Platt. He has, without scoring, certainly been influential as DeBelle takes a knock. Play will continue. Yersel. O'Kane. Yersel. What's Hume City got in response? O'Kane. It was Dragicevic who cleared out for St. Albans. Kurta. Yildiz. Gergic was right by Lloyd Isgrove, who might still get his chance here. Burns, the scorer, is on Isgrove. Would fallen out of play at some stage there, I think. The Winds have been eluding St. Albans of late. They have a lead here against the informed Hume City. Ocheng. DeBelle. Neat ball from DeBelle on Yersel, who lost his footing. Ocheng goes in to retrieve it. No whistle. Kurta. Yildiz. Kurta. Another penalty. It was Oli Dragicevic. Berkan Kurta went down. Once again, no bookings after the penalty call. And we've seen this before. A spot kick for an equaliser at this end of the pitch here tonight. Josh Galevsky got it done in the first half. Berkan Kurta can make it 2-2 here. Has scored 3 goals in NPL Victoria since coming back from Dandenong Thunder.
Did you see on the video? Is it a pen? Too much fucking lines, mate. Very soft. Is that why you were saying that was against us? Yeah, okay.
Kurta versus Riley. Riley picked the right way, but Kurta still found the back of the net. And it's 2-2 here. And another shootout tonight. for St. Albans. Two equalisers from the spot at Massey Stadium tonight. The lead not lasting long at all for Dynamo. Sharan, Mills, Monek, good ball for Platt. Luna, Dragicevic. Pretty sure he was the one that collided with Burkhan Kira. St. Albans corner. There was some chat between the two technical areas about that penalty call. One of the Hume officials perhaps even admitting that it was a relatively soft foul. But they'll take it. The high ball here. Get out. You won't chase it down. And still a chance here for St. Albans. They have both trailed and led in this game. The lead didn't last long at all. It was a 5-minute stretch right before the hour mark where St. Albans had a 2-1 lead. First change of the night is coming for Hume City. Hume City being led by Jonathan Clemente this evening. Rick Marchioli. Monek. Luna. Burns. Has Curta with him. They've both scored in this second half already. Curta eventually puts Burns into the deck. All was fair in the eyes of Will Quartermain. Isgrove. O'Kane. Ursel. Ocheng. Mark Ocheng. Drawing O'Kane to the ball here. And O'Kane will go back to Ascroft. Pass Platt. Sharon didn't get anywhere near Ascroft, who still has it. Finally releasing out to Bingham. Isgrove had two on him. Played in the header from Ascroft. And he is dangerous in the air. Is Harry Ascroft. Michael Domfey will be the first change this evening for Jonathan Clemente. O'Kane looking to pounce. Luna up to the task though. Now to get around Ursel and Curta. Some help by Dragicevic. Grgic now makes his run down the right side. How's that going to land for Platt? It's not going to land at all for him. Ishak gets in the way. Ishak, by the way, he made that save on the goal line. And what was a really good look at goal for Josh Gilevsky. That happens basically right at the start of this second half, and that was immediately after Hume had the first possession as Gilevsky smashes away here. That's not going to trouble Michael Weir too much. So the way this second half started, Hume took the possession immediately down the right side. Godfrey Zabale, who scored in the first half, he had a chance to get a second. It went toward the back post, and it was just missed in the end by Mehmet Ursel. And then the next possession up the other end. And it was a lovely little string of passes that resulted in the open shot for Lucas Burns. That made it 2-1. In fact, that obviously happens later on. It was the shot that was missed immediately after the Hume City miss, right after the second half kickoff. It was Gilevsky, in fact, on that next possession, who probably should have scored. Weir was out of position, but Ainsley Ishak was in the right spot to get it over the crossbar. So the worst shots missed at both ends to start this second half, but both teams have since scored. 2-2 here. It was 1-1 at half-time. Dragicevic is having an outstanding night. Bingham. It was a fair fall from Charan. Well, Quartermain's let a few go. He's obviously given 2 penalties tonight, but there's been other moments where he's let it go. Isgrove. Not a bad ball. DeBelle goes down. There was no contact there. Hume City admitted that the previous penalty was perhaps a little soft. That one would have been even softer, I think. Up the other end now, Mikal Platt looking to get the lead back for St. Albans. He falls down. And the location will be key here. He was fouled. Yellow card shown. I think that was shown to Harry Ascroft. And I think it was outside the area. Ascroft took the booking as a second booking actually now. 2 Hume City bookings. Not sure who the second one was shown to. I think Harry Ascroft saw the first yellow card. The second one seems to be in the direction of Mark Hodging, but I can't be sure. So no penalty. Changes coming. Divins coming on for St. Albans. Jerome Charan is going to make way for Divin. What is a penalty? What is not a penalty? Has been a key conversation here tonight. It's been a theme. But Josh Golevsky in this situation is very dangerous. And he did score last week in that 2-2 draw against Dandenong Thunder from a free kick. Did Josh Golevsky. Burns also sizing it up. But expect Golevsky to take this. 6-man wall with 1 man planked underneath and behind. The 5 men stood in front of Josh Golevsky. Goes straight into the wall. Burns. His ball's also blocked by Ascroft. They'll take the corner. Plenty going on right now in Nasial Stadium. Burns to take the corner. Near post. As Domfey parked on that near post, who wanted to go with the safe option and force another corner. Dragicevic this time to take it. And still arguing about that no call in the box. Up the other end, the Hume City staff with Lars Pantelides, the 4th official. Dragicevic's corner is no good. 2-2. And the stage is set for a big finish here at Nasial Stadium. Into the final quarter of this game. Here's Burns. Platt got a touch on it. Divin has just come on. Platt misplaced it for Dragicevic. Gergic likes to fire from long range. It gets blocked on the way through. Weir saving what would have been another corner kick for St. Albans. Ascroft. O'Kane. Ochieng. Under pressure from Divin. O'Kane. Isgrove. Killed off by Monak.
Hey, come on, let's left, come on. Come on, team on left.
Play again, Mark. Now that's it. Let's go. We're on now. Last 20. Be alive.
Plenty of heat in this one on a cold night at Nasial Stadium. It was Divin against Ochieng. But eventually fell Golevsky's way. Went quickly for Platt. He would love to score here, Mikel Platt. Tracks back by Ishak, who's been outstanding tonight, Aizen Ishak. You would nearly give best of field to him right now, Aizen Ishak. Defensively, he's been outstanding. Divin. Fresh legs for Divin. No opening, though, to take his shot. Curto goes down at the top of the box. O'Kane taking away the first touch there. Trying to fashion something there, Domfe. Debele. Domfe. He's got some fresh legs as well. Got around Luna, but not Gideon O'Rock. Domfe still going. O'Kane having a big second half in midfield. Josh O'Kane still going at it. Got tangled up with his opponent there. He ended up fouling. But O'Kane. Came together with Burns. This is fast becoming one of the better games of the season in NPL Victoria. St Albans do tend to play in high-scoring games. We've got another one here tonight. Yet again, 3+ goals for St Albans. And what's been nearly a dozen fixtures of 3+ goals. And what's happened here? Right in front of the St Albans bench, Mark Ochieng seems to be involved in this. Holding his chin was Lucas Burns, and he's now got a smile on his face. Jonathan Clemente and the Hume City staff are not happy right now. Will Quartermain did stop play, obviously. It'll be a Hume City throw. Will Quartermain now has his conversation with Cam Watson. It's all happening. I did say it. The fourth official's role here at Nasial Stadium. And Hume City are playing in NPL Victoria. It's a tough gig, I will admit. It's not even necessarily because there's tensions between the two sides. There's just been a lot of flashpoints in this game. Will Quartermain's had his hands full in this second half. One penalty that was given that even the Hume City staff admitted was a bit soft, and then another one that, from my vantage point, didn't look to be there, that they're still probably thinking about Hume City. Debele, Ochieng. He gets pushed over. Will there be a booking here? Right on the corner of the box. No yellow cards this time. Ascroft and Ishak, and I think one other Hume City player that we couldn't quite identify, all carrying yellows. Got no one marked down on the St Albans team sheet with a yellow card here tonight. And then his Yildiz will take this free kick for Hume City. Looking for their second lead of the night. Two-man wall, Yield is toward the back post. Bingham was there. There was never going to be much of a chance to do anything with that ball. I'd be shocked if the final score here is 2-2 tonight. Late drama and Nasiol Stadium and Hume City do go together. Hume City took both wins against St Albans last season. And in the most recent meeting, which was back in June at Fox Street, it was none other than Josh Golevsky who scored twice in that game to win it for Hume City. Tonight, in opposition, has scored for St Albans, and here he is against his former teammate Harry Josh O'Kane. It's a fixture that Josh Golevsky does well in, it would seem, no matter which side he's on. That's now 3 goals for him in this matchup. Across this and the previous meeting. And he's in form as well, having scored last week. A lovely little set piece against Dandenong Thunder. Had one set piece here earlier, about 5 or so minutes ago, that went into the wall. Another change coming up for Hume City. The note handed to Laz Pantelides. Golevsky, Luna, Arok. That ball stayed too straight for Mikal Platt. Easy pickings for Weir. Ascroft. Ocheng. Bingham had a man on. Still has a man on Bingham. Did well to release it for Tabele. O'Kane. Domfey, little shirt tug there for Domfey by Arok, and then he goes down in the area. And pointing to the spot for the 3rd time tonight is Will Quartermain. A chance for Hume to get the lead back. Gideon Rock gets the card as well. Players keep falling over in the box tonight. A couple not called. That one was. And what's going on here? It looked like he pointed to the spot. Now, are they reconsidering this? Is it going to be a free kick instead? Will Quartermain goes over to his assistant, and he did point to the spot, so the penalty is now confirmed. Just for a moment, there was some confusion about whether that would be a free kick or a penalty, but Lloyd Isgrove gets handed the ball. Will he be the taker? Burkhan Kira took the previous penalty for Hume City. It'll be Lloyd Isgrove to now take this penalty against the former teammate in Jackson Riley. There is a St Albans player that is being attended to right now, and it is Luna, who was subbed on for Fletcher McFarlane earlier in this second half. In case you're wondering, there were some fireworks just being let off somewhere in Meadow Heights there. About a couple blocks away from here. So a fairly lengthy delay because Luna, I wonder if he needs to come off. He was actually subbed on for Fletcher McFarlane early in this second half. Once play does resume, it will be a penalty kick that Lloyd Isgrove is going to take to get the lead back for Hume City. Isgrove did score here last season against St Albans. A double change coming for Cam Watson. And Luna may well have to be one of them. The two men looking to come on, Exidius and Cabrera. They both come on. It's Gurgic and Luna that come off. And the key moment in the game is upcoming. Lloyd Isgrove versus Jackson Riley. The second penalty of the night for Hume City, the third overall. Has only scored 3 times this year in NPL Victoria, Lloyd Isgrove. Burkhan Kurta took the previous penalty. Third one of the night for a 3-2 Hume City lead. Isgrove puts it into the same bottom left corner that Burkhan Kurta did. It's 3-2. And I'll say it again, we're probably not done with the scoring here tonight. Every chance for Dinamo to get an equaliser. It was never going to end at 2-2, that's for sure. It's a shootout on a Saturday night at Nasiol Stadium. Cabra's first involvement. It's a heavy challenge on Ascroft. It's going to be a corner. Oli Dragicevic will take it.
Look at the contact, Will! Look at the contact!
Dragicevic with the corner here. Awkward touch on that ball from Weir. Whistle does go. So time is not the issue right now for St Albans. Hume City with an unblemished record. Going back 4 fixtures now. Looking to keep that good recent record intact. Joe Ford's going to be the next move for Jonathan Clemente. Marchioli not coaching here tonight for Hume City. Riley's ball, Divin, first time, Platt. That's got pulled down there. That was clearly going to be a foul. Harry Ascroft, he's on a yellow card, I do believe, so he needs to tread lightly. It was a late whistle. He had a lot of Mikkel Platt's shirt in his grasp there. No card. And I do think he is on a yellow. He's on thin ice, Harry Ascroft. That's all we need. A booker sending off here. It's the only thing we haven't had here tonight so far. Dragicevic gets tripped up with O'Kane, and he wins the foul. Change upcoming for Hume City. Joe Ford's going to come on. I think Godfrey Tabele's number is on the board here. And he had a good night. Scored the first goal. Influential up front throughout the evening as well. It's just a move to shore things up defensively. Jonathan Clemente. It's Joey Monek here, and two options there at the front, and it was missed by Divin in the end. Mills wasn't far away either. Fascinating contest, this one. Inside 5 minutes left in regulation. There'll be a fair bit of time added on. My best guess, probably about 4 minutes right now added on at the end of the 90, based on what we've seen so far. Dragacevic. Mikhail Platt's onside, but surrounded by defenders. Mikhail Platt. All he wants to do tonight is score. Over the top we go. Golevsky, he has scored. Straight into the legs of O'Kane. Monek. It's going to get away from him. Tried to take on three of them. A great display of NPL Victoria football we've had here tonight. As I said before, late drama and Hume City go together nicely. Will it end at 3-2? Well, it's a 50-50 call right now. Could be 4-2, it could be 3-3. Could be 4-3. Hume City are happy to settle for 3-2, I dare say. Preston and Dandenong Thunder up next, and Green Gully, who's in form, coming up for Hume City. There'll be a cup game in late May in among all of that as well. St Albans, Dandenong City coming to Fox Street next week. Altona Magic at home. Heidelberg and South Melbourne after that for Dynamo. Might be too early to play the clock here for Hume City. Or maybe not. Is it going to get away from St Albans this evening? No wins in their last 6 in all competitions, St Albans. Isgrove. Dragacevic. It's been going all night long. Oli Dragacevic. Here he is again. And, oh, just for a moment. He's going to get away from Mills, that's for sure, but Monek eventually glommed onto it. Arok gives it up a little too cheaply there. Isgrove. Cured up. Both he and Isgrove have scored from the spot tonight. It's on fate. Gets away from him. Golevsky. Neat first touch. Goes out wide for Burns. They're looking for another equaliser, St Albans. Burns right now. The home fans happy with the results. We need another ball. 1 minute left. 4, maybe 5 added on would be my best guess right now. Maybe 3. As Pantelides not far away from confirming what it's going to be. Cabrera Challenged in from behind by Bingham. Illegally. It looks like it's going to be 5 minutes tonight at the end of the 90. That's good news for Dynamo. Ford did well. Isgrove. Nothing really ahead for Lloyd Isgrove. He just dribbles up the field. He's now got 2 to deal with Lloyd Isgrove. He won't worry about that. He's still got possession. 5 minutes confirmed by the 4th official. Plenty of time to try and salvage at least 1 point for Dynamo tonight. Gideon Iraq will take this away for St. Albans. Monek. Platt. Mills. Dragicevic. Exidius for Burns. Did Yildiz take Burns down? Yes. Exidius, just overhead of Platt. And the antics will begin now for Hume City. There's a man down and not far away from the goal line. Will Quartermain will actually call for the medical staff. I'm sure there'll be no rush. This will be more time added on at the end. But Hume City are on the verge right now of a 4th consecutive win in NPL Victoria. A big home game coming up on Friday against Preston. And that could be some atmosphere here at Nasiol Stadium for what you may want to call a Northern Derby. Housecroft not allowed to come on just yet. Hume City playing with 10 for the moment. Golevsky just gets beyond the reach of Cabrera. Housecroft's back on and steaming back into the box. Mills. They are running out of time here, St. Albans. Dragicevic had to be more careful with that ball. Curta will clear out for Hume, only as far as Mills. Cabrera going back to Arok. Gideon Arok. Took a while to arrive at the feet of Exidius. Burns with Yildiz. Gets around. Yildiz, there's Burns. In it comes. Some chaos in the area. Divin worked hard. No foul. No foul on Oliver Dragicevic. Arok will bring it up once more. There were 5 minutes added on. We're most of the way through that. One last push here for Dynamo. Mills. Straight down the line. Ishak. Golevsky couldn't make it work. Back with Arok. Now some calls for the final whistle. Platt We are.
Up again! Up again! Let's go! Let's go!
30 seconds still to go.
Watching just going down for a moment. So the 5 minutes are up here. We'll just drop punting into the night sky. Isgrove is underneath. Exidius with him. We'll go back quickly to Riley. Will Quartermain has not blown the final whistle. Now he has. And Hume City's winning streak continues. And what a fun one it was here tonight. 1-1 at halftime after Tabele and Galevsky scored in the first half. It was Lucas Burns who took the lead for St Albans in the 54th minute. 5 minutes later, Burkhan Kyoto from the spot. That was 2-2. And then Lloyd Isgrove in the 81st with what ended up being the winner for Hume City. And they have won their 4th consecutive game in NPL Victoria. The winless streak for St Albans stretches out to a 6th game at the halfway mark of the NPL Victoria season. And that's us done from Nasiol Stadium. I hope you enjoyed that one on a cool Saturday evening. Hume City getting the chocolates here, and they win with Hume City 3, St Albans 2.